Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Intel Extreme Masters Qualifier, as we are getting into our qualifying matches, Todd, and the 4 fantastic ones. Top 8 players are awesome.
Yeah, they look incredible. Let's take a look at our brackets once again very quickly before we get started with map number 1 between Innovation and soO. These are all going to be best of 3s. So first up is going to be soO versus Innovation. And none of these players have had an easy road. For information, Starry is actually Ayasunu, who's went on an absolute tear. He beat Tails, Bjol, Trap. And he's doing really well, apparently, for himself. And now he's going to have a chance against Bunny to try and qualify for the Intel Extreme Masters Gyeonggi. Salvation, previously of NS Hoso. He's playing as Forte nowadays as well. And he beats True Maru and now faces Linok. And then TY versus Trust is also going to be one of the big matches that we're going to have here. So there is a Terran in every single match.
Yeah. That's a
Do
team.
they all fail?
Probably. We'll see. Hopefully not. That's a team name I haven't heard for a long time. NS Hoso. They were like based in a school, weren't they, I think?
Were they?
Yeah, their team practice area was based in a school.
Sage was really sick.
Yeah, he was. Oh, wow. The old days, the good old days. All right, let's get into it. It's game number 1 on Whirlwind, as we have spawning to the bottom left-hand corner. It's Innovation in the red, and up to the top left-hand corner, it's soO in the blue.
What's going on? Have you been listening to In Control's talk about introductions, or?
Why? What did he do? He said that introductions were pointless or something after the first game, or even all the time.
Yeah, he said that they were kind of silly.
I mean,
like in traditional sports, you know, people don't have to introduce teams all the time.
Yeah.
Nearly as much.
That's true. That's true. But it's not a traditional sport.
Yeah, and also it's a video game. Like, it's not an actual human person that you're watching on your screen that you can recognize very easily, right? They're controlling units and buildings and races and got different colors.
Yeah, it's not like you see their face at all times.
Yeah, I think he has a point for sure. But a big match here to start those qualifying matches. Kind of sad, actually, that one of them is not going to make it. But guess what? There is another qualifier on Tuesday.
That's true. Where
so
all the Terrans
still have a chance.
Get to go and have the consolidation matches.
No. Where all the Terrans get to go because they won't qualify today, and then they get to fail in the last round again. That's the nightmare.
All in TvT last game, somehow nobody wins.
You know, the funny part about when this kind of stuff happens is that Terran players are actually happy because they feel like they've earned whining rights for a couple weeks or even months.
Of course, isn't that the reason you play StarCraft 2?
Yeah.
So you can whine. I love it. All right.
So far, Innovation has looked like an absolute beast. Like, his record in those qualifiers against the players that he's played is incredible, but there was that one loss to Hero. He showed that he was mortal. It's not like, you know, he powered through and then qualified from the first one.
Yeah. Mr. Intel Extreme Masters himself, Hero. Whew. He's got money in the bank. He's the best when it comes to Intel Extreme Masters. And now we're seeing here that soO already knows where his opponent spawned. He's rerouted his second Overlord. And he's even got a few Zerglings on the way out to start controlling the map. Innovation doesn't have really much room at all. And thus he's going into his 3 barracks fast. Won't be surprised if we saw a 3rd command center start off the back of that as well. That's where he's gone in the past, or at least he did against the Protoss. It's a little bit different, of course. Factory. Oh, it was a factory, not a 3 barracks, lol. I'm a bad person. That's fine.
Yeah, Innovation is going to open similarly to what we saw, or like pretty much the same to what we saw earlier. Oh,
goes to combat.
Oh, he saves it. Nice. It's going to open exactly like we saw Maru do earlier, with the 2 barracks into 2 medivacs, and then you start on being aggressive. Let's be honest there. Curious got absolutely trashed by Maru when he did that. It's a standard opener that's not supposed to kill a Zerg the way it did, or like do as much damage, but out of these Korean Terrans, we've seen in the past how like their units almost feel like they're different, like they're stronger. So it didn't even really surprise me the way that went either.
And Innovation just going to start walling things off as well. And Nubati's Carapace was finished, so technically these Overlords could get in and have a look around. You can already see this one at the back, trying to dart in and have a look around.
Yeah, you want to know when And if there's a third command center, you want to know exactly the build order of your opponent. Now immediately soO's going to know that there's going to be 2 medivacs made and a lot of Marines hitting him. If he wants to start the Baning Nest now, he can do that, but he's going to start double Evo. Much like Curious earlier against Maru, he wants to go for double upgrades. Yeah. And I love the spread on these Overlords, by the way. On the left-hand side, he's placed like quite a few. And I think he's going to do that all around his base to make sure he sees those drops coming.
Yeah, because you know it's going to come eventually.
He has Pneumatized Carapace. Even if you get a Viking to try and clear them out, they can just fly away to safety in his main, and then he can just move them, or like new ones and stuff.
Yeah, doing all right. So, just sending the Lings back as well, and there's not really too much room for them to be on the map. I mean, leaving one at the front would be nice just so he could spot everything that's going on, but he's got that Overlord at the top.
One eBay, interestingly, actually, instead of the usual 2. Oh, did you see the smooth pickup?
The double drop. I didn't watch the smooth pickup, but I heard it. Sick. So that's good. Yeah, it's already been like spotted.
Those Marines literally like grab the rope and climb the boards.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Those medivacs. Let's see if soO's ready. Innovation aimed for the main here. He's going to unload everything. Sees Queens, knows that there's probably enough Queens and Zerglings to deal with this. He just ejects.
Yeah, reinforcements coming along quite quickly.
The map presence by soO on the map is insane. Overlord-wise, like he has like a lot of cliffs covered. He sees like the entire pathway between East Base and Innovations.
Yeah, it's really well done. He's trying to spot out a few of them, but
run away!
Carapace. Can't get away from stimmed Marines. They're faster than a Ferrari. All right. So layer on the way, Baneling Nest going down as well. Innovation hasn't found any holes yet in the defense here from soO. As you said, those Overlords very well positioned.
soO did a very good job droning up. He's making a lot of Overlord at the time, not sure why. He wasn't quite supply blocked yet, so just wanted to make sure that wasn't going to happen, I guess, with the one Overlord that he had already lost. Yeah, there's going to be an earlier 1-1 for him.
It's funny how almost identical the builds are from soO and Curious, but soO has just refined his that little bit more to have these Overlords in the right spots.
Just playing 10 times better.
Yeah, that helps. It's a big drop anticipated here for Innovation, but will it even get in?
Yeah, the thing about Innovation here is that he needs to make sure he doesn't overcommit, starts taking non-cost-effective trades, and if he's able to only have one of his drops that do some damage, like say kill like 10 drones and stuff, then all of a sudden he's super far ahead.
Yeah.
But the trick is in achieving that against a Zerg as solid as soO right now, who's ahead. 60 drones against 52 SCVs. He's got a couple Banelings. Centrifugal hooks being made.
That was a blind spot there that Innovation is going to exploit really, really well. He's even spread his Marines in such a position that the Zerglings can't even get up there to actually get us around. That's extremely cost efficient here for Innovation. He loses quite a bit of it to Banelings in the end, but the Marines are still alive.
He's such a beast.
That was a ridiculous
The
drop.
one weakness in the defense of soO, he finds it, and I mean, this is going to be pushed back. He's going to have to evacuate, so actually loses some medivac a little bit sloppily, but the one hole in the defense of soO, somehow he finds it, sets up on top of that ramp, and gets some really good cost-effective trades. The outcome of this? Innovation is ahead in supply now.
Yeah. I mean, he spiked at a casual, slow pace of 670 APM then while he was dropping, so yeah, he's not bad. He's not bad at this game.
He's getting warmed up.
Yeah, just, warmed up.
His keyboard, not gone through Mach 4 yet, but he'll get there.
Just kind of slides off the monitor, off the desk as he's playing. It's scary stuff.
It's like his dad. He's like, oh, not again. He grabs like the fire extinguisher, like just like sprays Innovation entirely.
We keep going through these every day.
He's like, come on, I'm trying to qualify over here. Let it burn.
Let it burn. All right, Spire's on the way as well. At least soO kept himself alive, but that trade was very much so in favor of Innovation in terms of how much it did. He's got himself his third base up and running. But then soO, this is the difference with soO behind all of this. He's still transitioning onto his fourth base while that was going on.
And Spire.
Yeah.
Not going to be super greedy, try to go straight into Ultras, anything like that, especially on a map like this where drops, I talked about how they can be great because the bases have to be so spread out. soO taking the conservative, so to speak, fourth base further away from Innovation instead of the one on the left-hand side under his main and natural. Right, those mutas are going to be very important to shut down medivacs or even fighting against Liberators, because Terrans nowadays, they mix in Liberators with Widow Mines and Bio super nicely. They set up very well, and if you don't have the proper anti-air to deal with it, and I don't think Quints would be it, you're going to be in trouble. So Mutas are going to be needed clearly here, but Innovation with so much more supply than soO right now. This guy.
Yeah, he's doing good. He's just trying to position himself.
Like, if he's as good at spending money in real life as he is in StarCraft, like, this must be like... He must make Conor McGregor look like a beginners at shopping, man.
Well, you're talking about that guy that has a picture in front of a bank vault. So, yeah. And these Banelings are going to roll on forwards. He got so many. Oh, my God. He killed off so many of those Banelings. The Widowmines up towards the top actually shut down quite a bit of it, but still, soO overwhelms. The splits were all right from Innovation.
And he's bringing this army away from the Widowmines. Yeah, okay, this needs to be clean, because 5 Widowmines like this, you don't want to let these reload, because then demining them would be a huge pain. So, nice cleanup by soO here on creep.
Yeah, very nice.
Maybe Innovation rushed into it a little bit too fast, and now he's going to have to regroup, wait for reinforcements to be there.
I mean, if you're a newer viewer to StarCraft 2, we just got to reiterate, these two players are world championship caliber players, so there is no messing around with these two. soO is holding on very, very strongly here against an Innovation that we saw crush Zergs with almost exactly the same style just before. But these Mutalisks now, this is a very kind of old school composition of Lingbane Muta. It's stood the test of time as this
nice.
one.
A Liberator setting up in that 4th base of soO. Gonna be able to get some drones.
He may have gone for the assault before, but now it's getting himself the 3 drones. A few Lings just separating themselves off, looking for the 4th base of Innovation, and this army just kind of posturing in the middle.
Innovation, this is not a game where he's doing super well, where he's setting up a 4th comfortably. He hasn't even started the 4th command center, so I think he's likely to find that fly that main orbital to maybe the left-hand side. Yeah, he's already actually lifted off.
I see. Yeah.
Actually, even before those SCVs are done. YOLO.
Let's go! Well,
and I think Innovation plans here should be to try and wait a little bit longer before he actually goes for the engagement. Even though he's close to being maxed out, if he waits for those upgrades, this will be huge. soO, he's not getting a hive on the way. He's stuck on lair tech, so if Innovation got 3-3 there, it would be massive for him. But he cannot get his army cut out of position.
Dropping over towards the 4th base, trying to do some damage here, and we'll have to get on out. soO very quick to react to the creep as well as the mobility of those Lings and Banelings. Very strong, and that
setup is sick, by the way. He used that one Medivac that brought the entire army of soO out of position.
Oh, Widowmines connect with a lot of Banelings there. He actually kills off the rest of the Widowmines, so trade for trade, but that was a lot of gas gone in those Banelings.
I thought I was going to go a lot worse here for soO.
Yeah,
I think everybody pictures the worst when they see Widowmines being burrowed like this. The drop at the top going to be defended very easily here by soO, who pulls away the drones. What a sick game here. Like, I mean, by that, both players are playing super well right now.
Already a different caliber to every game we've watched so far throughout these 2 qualifiers. soO and Innovation going toe-to-toe with one another. Here comes soO, though, the flood of Banelings trying to move forward. Liberator's doing a lot of damage to those Mutalisks, but at the same time, Banelings trying to roll on forwards towards the bottom. Great splits by Innovation. Will try and push back against that. And still, though, soO will survive. He needs to replenish those Baneling numbers, though.
Yeah, there's not many of them left. That's the big problem there. He's on 12 right now. He's getting 9 more. Innovation still with way more supply, but he's very marine heavy. But +3, he's gonna come into play now. And he's always using one of those Medivacs to bring the Mutas out of position, then gets out and then flies back in. That one Queen actually on the right-hand side, chasing the Medivac here.
These games,
super far.
Oh, these games are why I come back to StarCraft, my friend. soO versus Innovation. Look at this. Baneling's coming forwards, but then without Mutalisks at the moment, this might not be a great trade here for soO. If he's not careful against this amount of Marines, the Mutalisks are trying to fly back from that Medivac that they've already killed off.
And Liberator is going to be huge here to have in this as well. Maybe they can get rid of some of those very important Banelings that soO needs to blow up this entire bio.
He only has 10 Banelings right now. Only 10 Banelings with Widowmine still covering the majority of this bio. A few more morphing in. Here come the Mutalisks once again on the right-hand side with the Banelings trying to trail on through. Don't really get too much done on the ground there, though, as the Mutalisks are trying to focus down a few more of these units, but the bio still persists, it still stays alive. Reinforcements coming from Innovation. GG.
Wow.
Game number 1 goes to Innovation. Let's go. Next game.
Calm down, Santa.
Sorry.
I'm kind of sad it's only a best of 3, actually. Like, I want to see these guys play all day, but what a masterful game here from Innovation. Like, every choice was spot on, every time using a single Medivac to bring the army. Even if it's just the Mutas, like, you have to send back the Mutas against this kind of drop, or enough Zerglings that this is going to be lacking from your main army, and then Innovation uses that to get a good position. And soO played a hell of a game. Like, the way he demined the Widowmine on the top right, and then even at the end here, the first engagement that he took towards that 5th base that he was taking, he blew up the Widowmine even before they could detonate themselves. I thought that was really good by soO, but like Linkin Park said, in the end it doesn't even matter because Innovations just had way too much and he's just way too good at StarCraft.
Yeah, and you can see, I mean, it feels like Innovation didn't get tested in a lot of the games that we've seen him play throughout this qualifier until just then, and even then, he kind of knocks it up a notch. It really turns it up to 11 for the most part, and that is going to be game 1.
Can you suggest me?
Going to Innovation. Okay, where are you? Invite game. Whew.
Habitation Station?
Habitation Station. I'm not even doing this for the meme now. I'm just drinking G Fuel. That's good. Of all drinks I'm allowed to drink on this show.
Interesting that this is what we're seeing here come out as a map. I guess like it's not even just like a new map, but again the patch that we have to take in consideration. So I guess like usually Daybreak is like the one Zerg map that you want to try to avoid as Terran, but I mean Innovation has looked so good that I wouldn't even worry too much if I was him in terms of like maps and stuff. He just probably like vetoed the 2 he felt the less comfortable on. He's rocking that sick Diva portrait, by the way.
It's pretty nice.
He's been overwatching a little bit.
Yeah,
Imagine Innovation in Overwatch. It's like he misses a bullet with McCree. He's like, oh, I'm so bad.
just one bullet out of a whole game. Gets to the end of the game, accuracy 98%. Like,
I failed. Sorry, guys, I failed you.
All right, let's get into it. Game number 2, up to the top left, it is soO here, and then up to the top right, it's Innovation looking like a boss. And at this point, when you get people like Innovation not having qualified through the first qualifier, but coming to this one, and even soO on the other side as well, basically what's going to happen is that Intel Extreme Masters Gyeonggi is going to be a round of 16 of one of the very best GSLs of all time. It's crazy, the lineup that we're going to get.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, if this was actually the last qualifier, I'd be pretty sad because I know that one of these guys, as much as one of them will be going, one of them will not be going for sure. Whereas now, whichever one of these two doesn't make it here today, will still have a chance tomorrow, Tuesday, sorry.
True, yeah.
That other qualifier that we'll have. And considering how well they've been playing today, I think like whoever doesn't make it here, if it's soO as well, like he would have a pretty good chance to make it on Tuesday.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Hopefully that is the case as we find out now how Innovation is going to open up. It's Reaper to start, as this is a very small map, so you can get over there pretty quick. This Overlord's going to be able to spot stuff going on.
soO earlier in the tournament, he beat Impact 2-1 and then 2-0'd Dream, who's a pretty good Terran versus Zerg player himself, so
yeah,
this really goes to show how good Innovation is right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
To make everybody look the way he's been doing that.
And Dream really came into his own towards the end of last year and this year as well. Like before that, he wasn't like a real standout player, but then I think he joined, was it SKT he joined, and then like really ramped it up.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong, Dream used to be terrible. That time I lived in Korea, played with him on ladder. You know who used to be really bad, but then became one of the world's absolute best?
Who?
Maru.
Yeah?
Yeah, he used to be really not that great at all, I think.
On Prime? Way back?
Yeah, like way back.
Okay.
I think he really wasn't that great at all, and then all of a sudden, like he just became like an absolute god.
Awesome.
A lot of players like this. You know, like if you think about Neeb and when he was Protoss, when he was Terran, sorry, like he was okay, right? He was good, but not one of the world's best. Then he switched to Protoss, and like nowadays,
imagine that.
He's just incredible.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the world's best player now.
Yeah, definitely. After winning Casper Cup, there's no denying that. He's a legend. But for now, 10 Lings being produced here to stave off any kind of little pokes. And then maybe just go over to the other side for some aggression.
That's a big commitment. I think he wants to be aggressive, maybe try and go around that Reaper and catch some SCVs. And actually, this gets spotted. Of course it does.
A few more than he might be anticipating. 3 Marines are about to get out. He starts walling things off. Might have to pick that command center up here for a moment if he actually decides to go and poke on that. Not much you can do against with the 3 Marines, but 5 Marines are out now. So doesn't want to go too far down that ramp though. No.
Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna see a quick third command center here by Innovation behind this. Like, it seems like his comfort zone really. Oh, nice drone trick here to not lose that to the Reaper. Yeah, it seems like opening double Medivac, Master Marines, and Steam Pack is really what those Terrans seem to be doing very well against Zerg right now. And I guess when you're this good at controlling your units while having spot on macro, it makes sense to go for that. It's kind of like, you know, the era where Protosses got super good at controlling Phoenixes while going Colossus a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then that was the one build that you had to master to do well against Zerg.
I think the Evolution Gem is going to be placed at the front here, so if any big aggressive move was to come along, you really want to protect that location, because he's probably going to go down towards the melee upgrades once again here. But there isn't as much room as there was on the previous map, so yeah, if Innovation gets aggressive, got to be careful.
Yeah, build otherwise, it's the same here from both players. It seems like they have their standard. We see actually a Liberator starting here, probably to try and go for some of these walkers. I would be surprised he walks through there, because you have to know there is going to be a unit at the watchtower every time, properly spotting these units. But I guess like you rely a lot on the strength of how many Marines plus like these 2 Medivacs. Actually, oh, where are you going?
Where are you going, dear? Retreat! You are
dead.
Dead. Dead.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to attack the Medivac preemptively, thought that like the other queens were going to be that close enough that he could target the Medivac. But no, not quite. And losing Overlords there, that's going to supply block him.
Doesn't want to fall for the same trap that Curious did, coming off this creep too far.
77 out of 90, okay. So he's still doing okay with getting some of these Overlords. Third command center now on the way.
Trying to focus down the Queens here. The Lings come in, but they filter through a few.
There's some great kiting as well. The Queens weren't shooting in here while Innovation was pulling back kites again. And he's now going to be taking on those Queens. The Zerglings here of soO are a little bit late.
This is bad. This is not good. He doesn't have Banelings. 28 more Zerglings are on the way here, but they're all going to pop out sporadically from each height tree and then be rallied forwards here, a little bit separated. That's a few more Lings coming through here. But the Marines, they're winning out this fight, Todd.
These guys are immortal. They're literally killing everything. Ultra Jones, can you do a Shift L real quick?
Shift L.
He lost this and he killed this.
Yeah.
And now Liberator is going to set up. Keep in mind that in the meantime, Innovation is like the one guy that macro-wise will be perfect. He's starting everything on time. He's not floating any minerals.
He reinforced the Liberator as well that was harassing, which is a perfect little move here. The good old 1-2. At least it's being killed off by the Queens. Thankfully, he didn't lose every Queen to those Marines initially.
I see soO setting up across the map with some Lings, actually. But, I mean, there's just so many Marines being remade pretty much immediately, and now it's that another Overlord gets sniped. And now it's that situation for, oh my god, there's so many of them.
If these die off, GG's too much. Innovation qualifies for the Intel Extreme Masters. Who was really going to try and get in his way, though, after seeing that? That was some strong stuff there. soO defeated. He'll have to try on Tuesday.
Wow. soO got brutalized. I thought this might happen, but that was pretty convincing here by Innovation. So congratulations to him. And
it really feels like you can't get away with that build on smaller maps against Innovation. He punishes it too hard with the... What are you doing?
all right, so what matches do we have left? We're going to have... Actually, I'm not sure about the order, but we still have a PVT to play with TY against Trust.
Yes.
A ZVT with Leenock against Salvation.
Yes.
And another TvZ with Bunny against ISONO.
Awesome. The Terrans may reign supreme. We shall see. But that means we're going to go to a quick break before we actually get into our next series of the day. So don't go anywhere. We have the Intel Extreme Masters qualifiers. 3 more series to go here today.